This is the third video to section 1.2, and we'll be talking about sampling. Unless the population is very small, we usually survey a sample rather than the entire population. When you gather a sample, make sure the sample is representative of the population. Most statisticians use a form of random sampling to achieve this goal. Here are the various types of methods listed in this box above. In simple random sampling, each member of the population is equally likely to be chosen. Often we'll use a random number generator to select the participants. In stratified sampling, we ensure that subgroups of the population are represented adequately. To do this, we divide the population into groups. Cluster sampling is a method for selecting a random sample and dividing the population into groups. We call these groups clusters. Then we have what's called systematic sampling. In systematic sampling, we first list the members of the population, and then we use simple random sampling to select a starting point. We're going to let K equal the number of individuals in the population over the number of individuals needed in the sample. Then we choose every kth individual in the list. We'll do this in an example shortly. And lastly, we have convenience sampling. This is a non-random method of selecting a sample. This method selects samples that are easily accessible. It could result in biased data. Let's go to example 4 and practice these terms. First, we have a soccer coach that selects 6 players from boys aged 8 to 10, then 7 players from a group of boys aged 11 to 12, and then 3 players from a group aged 13 to 14. And he uses all these individuals to form a recreational soccer team. What kind of sampling would this be? In this example, since each subgroup is represented, meaning in this case each age group of the boys, this certainly looks like it would be stratified sampling. In our next example, letter B, a pollster interviews human resource personnel in 5 different high-tech companies. Now, in this case, it looks like our population was separated into groups or clusters. So this would be a good example of cluster sampling. In letter C, once again, we have a researcher that interviews 50 female teachers and 50 high school teachers. So each subgroup is represented here, and in this case equally, so this looks like that it would be stratified sampling. In letter D, a medical researcher interviews every 3rd cancer patient from a list. In this case, it looks like we chose every 3rd individual or every kth individual in the list. This would be an example of systematic sampling. In letter E, we have a counselor that uses a computer to generate 50 random numbers and then picks the students whose names correspond to the numbers. So in this case, since we're using a random number generator to select the kids, this would be simple random sampling. Lastly, in letter F, a student interviews classmates in his algebra class to determine how many pairs of jeans a student owns. Now in this case, we're assuming that his classmates are easily accessible. There's probably many other students in the school or the area. So this would be a good example of convenience sampling. That's the end of the 3rd video in section 1.2. I'll see you shortly for the 4th video.